Sup, Trekkers? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back. Now let's get it started. One of the things that you will see in my office, I've collected quite a few things over the years, but one of my favorite collections of all is down here, right here. Do you see? Ta-da! And out of them, it all started with this guy, Bart Simpson. Minifigures, right? The Bart Simpson. And what has happened is that when I made this, there's a kid named Diami. He's now junior in high school. He, with me, started making every one of these figures during his lunchtime alongside his study hall time to time. Out of all of them, I have to say, one of my greatest possessions and something that I'm really proud of because it took me legit 2 weeks for me to make is this one right here. Ta-da! Yes, the metallic figure of the Iron Man. Yeah, I have some story about this, so I'm gonna go ahead and move to a different location, and I'll see you there. Boom. Okay, I'm back. So, unlike mini blocks collections, the challenging part about these pieces right here is that once a piece breaks, you can't do anything about it. And as you know, I'm a pretty big guy, so I struggle to put the pieces together with my thick fingers for sure. Why am I wearing a mask? And if I can be honest, the closer you look at this piece, and I hope you don't look at it too closely, but hey, at the end of the day, we're all friends here, so maybe you can look at it closely. The more closely you look, you see how much I struggle to put the pieces together, including his back. You see the dangling piece right there? Yeah. But I'm definitely feeling proud of this one because of such a detailed work that I have to put in. You see, the greater details make stronger arguments that there is a maker behind the work. When I see this metal Iron Man, I am reminded of many hours and the struggles to put the pieces together, and that I see me, the maker behind this figure. This year, we're trying to answer the question, who am I, in Trek? And some of you may be wondering, hold on, Mr. Paul, I get it that we're trying to figure this question out of who am I, but why is Trek book starting with the question of who is God? I mean, I get it. Trek is a program for Christian faith, so I understand that. But so I know that God is going to come out here or there. But why is it that we start with the question of who God is when we're trying to figure out the question of who am I? Well, I believe the reason is because, listen, the value of a product comes from the value of a maker. Let me repeat that again. The value of a product comes from the value of a maker. For example, if I were to auction this metal iron piece right here, the cost will change significantly depending on who put these pieces together. Like if it's a rookie guy like me and I put this in the auction, especially with this dangling piece in the back, it's not gonna sell much. But imagine if Nathan Sawaya, who is, by the way, the first contemporary Lego artist with multiple awards, if he was the one that's designing this same Iron Man, the price of this will skyrocket. You see, the value of a product comes from the value of a maker. And that is the reason why the Trek book challenges us to look at the beginning of the Bible with Genesis and ask, who is God, before asking, who am I? It's one thing to just say that God created everything, but it's a whole nother when you find out what kind of maker God is. So for example, according to Trek book lesson 1.1, we see that God first is an unmade maker. Think about it. There has to be a start to everything. Like this Iron Man, I am the one that made this Iron Man, so I'm the maker. But the question is, who made me? Well, my parents. Then who made my parents? Grandparents. Who made her grandparents? Great grandparents. You get the picture, right? But sooner or later, what's going to happen, there comes to a point that someone or something that is unmade started everything. Think about it, right? And the Bible says in the beginning, the God, the unmade maker, created all heavens and the earth. And this leads us to lesson 1.2. We see that God made everything out of nothing. This is mind-blowing if you think about it, because if you want to make something, if you and I want to make something, the first thing that we're thinking is HomePlus, eMart, Taizo, or Coupon to get all the items that we need to start the project. But if you're the unmade maker in the beginning of the universe, literally there's you. There's nothing. But what you see is that out of nothing, God creates everything. That's the second point. And lastly, in lesson 1.3, we see that this unmade maker who creates out of nothing brands us with his image. In Genesis, God first makes everything that is needed for humans to survive, and then he devotes his time in making humans and brands us with his image. It's like a pair of basketball shoes. I want you to imagine this with me. Did you know that basketball shoes from the factory only cost about $25? That's about 27,000 won in Korean won, right? But as soon as it goes through Nike and puts a brand of an iconic figure, Michael Jordan, this one, right? Or this one. Yeah, Michael Jordan. As soon as it is branded with the Michael Jordan figure, the price goes up to hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. Unlike the Jordan shoes though, God intentionally creates every individual uniquely and brands us in his image. So, the unmade maker who creates out of nothing branded us with his image. So as you begin some time with discussion questions and the challenge for this week, know that you and I are valuable because God who made us is beyond our values. Peace.